That's weird.
Anyways, this is a PG channel. Thank you.
I mean, not really, but it's like PG-13. PG-13 feels good.
Oh my god, it's not funny.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is 𝓩𝓪𝓬𝓱 and today we are going to be taking another beautiful journey talking about the concept of detachment, because this has been a concept that has actually been recommended in a lot of my cute little comments recently that a lot of people have a lot of confusion on, and they want me to elaborate and speak my very high but ultra mega humble opinion on. Would a humble person call themselves humble? Yes they would. Because positive self-affirmation, everyone. I want to make a video on detachment because I think in manifestation, detachment is something that is very misunderstood. It is a concept that I feel like not a lot of people have actually grasped. And it is a concept that once you actually begin to master, once you understand it on a deeper level, manifesting all your desires actually gets a whole lot easier. It actually becomes something that feels realistic and attainable. And it feels like you're manifesting from a place of wholeness and security and stability rather than a place of desperation, need, lack, and obsessiveness. Okay? And that's not attractive. No one wants that. No one wants that. Do you want to date someone that is desperate and like clingy as hell? Maybe, but if you do, then that is a sign of your faults. I'm just kidding, guys. We are positive on this channel. First comes to first, why do we even want to understand and master detachment? Okay, well, this is the thing. Detachment equals freedom. Detachment equals authenticity. Detachment equals wholeness, stability, and security. It means that you are not desperate for an outcome. You are not allowing something to control your peace. You are not manifesting from a state of lack, from a state of scarcity and fear. You are manifesting from a place of love, of wholeness, of desire, of prosperity, and abundance, and that is the beautiful thing about it. So for me personally, I really wanted to get into detachment and learn how to manifest it a couple years ago, because I feel like when I am in certain experiences that I do not like, when I am out of control in certain areas of my life, I genuinely tend to freak the hell out, and I become ultra mega compulsive in the sense of that I need to control everything, and I'm obsessive over everything, and I'm overthinking, and I'm hyper analyzing, and I am constantly going through loops of like, what is this situation? Is this benefiting me? Is this ruining my life? Will this be a good thing like a month from now? And it is just doomsday apocalypse, okay? So I didn't want that anymore. I wanted to feel stable. I wanted to enter a relationship and feel calm and collected. I wanted to feel like I could manifest my desires without thinking my entire life was about to implode, okay? So that's when I learned that detachment equals freedom. Free to live authentically, free to be aligned, and free to feel at peace, okay? So let's begin. One of the first things that I want you guys to understand is that attachment is not actually bad, okay? It is natural and normal for humans, and it only actually gets to the point where it is kind of bad if it is making you clingy, desperate, obsessive, or if you need the certain thing to identify yourself. Another common myth that I've heard of a lot is that people believe that detachment means being like Maddie Perez from Euphoria. They think of it as, I need to be cold, I need to be mysterious, I need to be apathetic, I need to just not show any emotion, be nonchalant, and there, boom, I'm detached. That is not what detachment is whatsoever, okay? Detachment is about holding your desire with trust, not desperation. It means not letting it control every single action, thought, emotion, feeling, and state of being that you have every single day, okay? It means that when you are living your daily life, when you wake up in the morning, it is not the first thought that comes into your mind that you start spiraling and thinking, oh my God, what are they doing? What are they thinking? They haven't texted me. I can't believe, like, where are they right now? And who are they with? And what are they doing? A lot of times detachment means feeling whole, feeling like you can live your life authentically and happy and be at peace, wanting certain things, wanting desires, wanting to experience these things, wanting to manifest a better life or improvements or to be more aligned, but not needing it in order to be whole and happy. A quick disclaimer as well when it comes to detachment is that a lot of times when we are still in the state of being where we are grieving, where we are processing emotions, where we are in this fight or flight and survival state, it is hard for us to be detached because our nervous system knows no other way but to hold on to what it is that we are anxious about, what it is that we feel like is causing us all this pain. And a lot of times we have not been taught that it is okay to not have to be in pain. It is okay to be okay. And it is okay to wake up and not have the world imploding, not be in a house that is still burning on fire. So what we have to do is we have to allow ourselves to feel these emotions out fully, to fully embody and choose to immerse ourselves in whatever is happening internally so that we can teach our nervous system that if we do feel this this sad emotion, if we do cry our eyes out, if we do get so pissed off, so mad at the way you were mistreated, so mad at the way that this guy didn't text you back or anything of the sort, you teach your nervous system that the world does not end when you feel this emotion. You teach yourself that it is okay to be sad, it is okay to be jealous, it is okay to want these things, and that negative emotions are not inherently bad. They are just showing you the path that you want to be on. They are showing you what triggers you, what you do not like, what you do not want to accept. It is showing you where you want to go moving forward. And that is a beautiful thing, because how are we going to learn what we actually want in this life if we've never experienced what we don't want? You know what I mean? But so you have to allow yourself to process all these emotions out fully, and then you can step into a state of detachment and wholeness, not from a place of, oh my God, I don't care. Oh my God, this never happened. Oh my God, I hold zero resentment towards this situation, and I'm so grateful and I'm at peace over everything that's happened. But more from a place of, okay, I understand what happened. I understand it hurt me. I understand I didn't like it. I understand that I was in pain, but that's okay. And I moved past it, and I grew, and I evolved, and I learned so many beautiful lessons from this experience, and I transcended into a higher version of myself because of it. So while maybe you're not immediately grateful and you're not forgiving this experience, like within a week or two, you can at least look back at it and be like, okay, you know, I feel a little bit more whole. I feel like myself. I feel like I will survive and be okay moving forward, okay? When it comes to detachment, I feel like there is a good little 3-step process to getting to that point of wholeness, okay? Number 1 is figuring out what is it specifically that you want, okay? Whether this is a partner, whether this is a desire, whether this is have Jimmy across the room look at you and want to ask you for your number or something, I don't know. Number 2, and this is probably the most important step in the process, is understanding why do you want it? What is the actual depth, the nuance behind this desire that makes you want to have this in your life? What do you feel like this will give you? How is this benefiting you? What experiences and opportunities does manifesting or having this experience in your life give you? That's number 2. And you cannot just give a superficial basic answer of, oh my God, well, I just want someone because I want to feel good. I just want to go on those cute little dates, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, babe. It's that you want to feel chosen, you want to feel seen, you want to feel loved, you want to feel respected, you want to feel like someone loves you one-on-one with no third party in the background. And last and the most important step of detachment is, how can I give that to myself first? The entire point of detachment is to build stability in your character, in your self-worth, in your image, knowing that you do not need anything externally in order to be happy. So figuring out how you can give this desire to yourself first is one of the most important things, because once you detach and once you give yourself the experience that you are wanting so badly from Jimmy across the room, you attract. However, when you desire from emptiness, you begin to chase. Example would be, oh, I want a relationship because I just want to feel loved. That is focusing on the external validation of that relationship, versus, oh, I want a relationship because I want to share my love. However, I already feel loved within myself. That is internal validation. That is anchoring yourself from the inside. And when you anchor yourself from the inside and you become detached, you realize that nothing externally can shake your peace. Nothing externally can knock you off your roster. And that's the beautiful thing, is that detachment becomes effortless once your worth does not hinge on external outcomes. Once you do not need certain experiences, certain people, certain things to come into your life, and you realize that you will be happy, you'll be whole, your life existed before this thing, and so it will easily exist after, you stop chasing opportunities or validation because you already feel enough. Now, a very big topic in regards to detachment, because I know a lot of times, for me personally, when I am super obsessively hyperanalyzing, compulsively thinking about something in my life, whether it is a partner, whether it is manifesting a certain experience, whether it is, you know, even my body and body dysmorphia or something of the sorts that I'm trying to manifest, but yeah, I am just constantly swarmed with thoughts being like, oh my God, I can't stop thinking about this thing and I want it so bad and I can't believe blah, 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 blah. You need to understand then the concept of rumination, okay? Because rumination at the end of the day will equal mental quicksand. Now, what does rumination mean? Rumination basically means that you are having thoughts that are constantly spiraling due to the attachment of a certain experience or desire, okay? So what we need to do when we notice ourselves getting into these states of rumination where we are just constantly hyperfixating on something, we cannot stop thinking about it, we are constantly letting it control every single state of our being, we get a text from a certain person and immediately our mood is just thrown off its axis, and we cannot pull ourselves back into the present and feeling okay. We need to interrupt the thought process, and we need to shift our state of being into the desired state that we want to embody. Whether that is peace, whether that is being whole, whether that is feeling okay without these things. And the way that we do that is we train our brain and our nervous system to stop associating this thing with panic, anxiety, the need to control every single outcome, to constantly be attached. Because the reason we are attached, guys, is because we believe subconsciously that if we become attached enough, we will then some way, somehow in this universe magically get control over the situation, and exactly what we want to happen will happen. But that's not how that works, babe. In fact, typically when you are doing that, you are thinking out of fear, out of of lack, out of scarcity, out of not being worthy enough to have this certain desire. And so then you actually are the reason that it ends. You are actually the reason that it doesn't happen. And that's not good. That's like not what we want. You know what I mean? So immediately when you notice yourself getting into these states of rumination, you need to take action. You need to jump out of that feeling state, out of that thought, immediately into something else. Whether this is immediately becoming busy, whether this is starting a project, whether this is watching a YouTube video, listening to some music, going to the gym, anything to just get yourself out of this state of rumination, to get your body into a different wavelength, a different frequency, so that you're not constantly hyperly obsessing over this experience, okay? Because the problem is that trying to control something so desperately often ends up with it controlling you. And you don't want that, because then you give your power away. You give your emotions to something externally outside of you, and you allow a variable that you are independent from to control your entire state of being, to control your peace, to control how your day goes. And that is not what we want. We want to feel whole independently. We want to wake up and be excited for the day because we know that we are the biggest influence on how our day is going to go. We know that we are the variable deciding if we're going to have a good or bad day. And that control is beautiful, because within that control, you then get to start developing your skills, developing what you want to do, moving on the path that feels most aligned, and you start to just feel more free. And freedom at the end of the day is one of the states where we as humans feel the most alive. We feel the most happy. And when we feel that free state, we feel like we have power to create our lives again. We feel like we're not living this endless cycle every single day where we are constantly trapped by our jobs, by our partners, by certain negative experiences that we still feel like we don't have any control over. But honey, this is your reality. There are infinite realities out there if you really want to get into it. And you are the one that gets to create that. You are the operant power. So you need to understand, especially in detachment, that having some sort of faith in an external source is actually really healthy and actually gives part of your power away, but to something that you trust, to something that is beautiful. So one of the ways to do this is that a lot of people within faith in religion, they give their power away to the universe, to God, to these external sources that basically they believe will sort everything out behind the scenes and will make their life exactly the way it was meant to be designed, to be created, to be experienced. So one of the personal ones that I love doing is that I believe that the universe is always working everything out for me. I believe that I am co-creating my experience with the universe, because yes, I do believe to a certain extent, if I wanted to micromanage and manifest every single thing in my life and have this exact path that I want to go on and manifest each little, I don't even know, experience and that, I probably could, but I don't want to do that, because oftentimes we as humans don't even know the full extent of what we are capable of. And we have visions and dreams that are this small, when in reality, what was meant for us is so much bigger, is so much more beautiful. Whatever dream and path that you have right now that you are currently on, imagine that times 10, and that is what the universe has in store for you. So with the feeling of being detached, I do feel detached on a daily basis, because I know that everything is always working out for me. It has in the past, and so it will in the future. Whatever is meant for me will always find me. And it's not because I just affirm that to myself pretty often in the mirror. It's because I genuinely believe it, because I've experienced it. So start believing that everything is always working out for you. Start believing that whatever experiences have happened to you in your past created the version of yourself that you are now. And even if you aren't completely in love with who you are now, at least know that a better version of you out there exists, and you will step into that eventually. And that is so exciting. So instead of trying to micromanage and control every little thing in your reality, understand that everything will always be working out for you, and you don't need to have power over every little nuanced thing in your life. And genuinely, whatever is meant for you will always find you. If this partner is meant for you, you will know. If this job is meant for you, it will be yours. And if certain things don't work out the way that you originally planned to, if certain things don't happen the way that you thought was aligned, the way that you thought resonated with your character, just know that you were okay before it happened, and you will be okay after it is done. So lastly, I just really quickly want to go over what detachment looks like, because oftentimes if we kind of have a template or a format, we can choose to start embodying it and start following in that path. So that is what this is right here. Detachment looks like loving deeply but not making it your entire identity, wanting a desire but not needing it to prove your worth, trusting in the unknown instead of constantly fighting for control, and lastly, being present and grateful for what is while remaining excited and grateful for what will eventually be. Detachment equals freedom, trust, and peace, okay? It's about reclaiming your power from the things that you cannot control. It's you stop begging for things externally outside of you to give you what you want. It's not losing your passion, your love, or your drive. It's like walking like it is already yours, or knowing that you will be whole even if it's not. Detachment says, I want it, I trust that it is already mine, but I do not need it to be whole or to be happy. All right, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I loved making this one. I think detachment is such a fun concept to talk about. And the minute that you master detachment, you will feel it, because you don't need certain things to happen anymore. You're happy if they do. You're grateful if they are. But at the end of the day, you know that your life is just as beautiful with or without this certain experience. And you know that you as a character and the energy that you bring to the table is so beautiful, is so amazing and valuable and authentic that you don't need anything materialistically or externally to prove that. And that's amazing. And we love that. Okay? So anyways, guys, I really hope that you found this video educational. If you did not, I at least hope you found it entertaining. And as always, I hope that you guys have an amazing day and an even better life. And I will see y'all in the next episode. Okay? Have a great one, y'all. Bye.